The news that Holger's been removed, you haven't spoken yet about it. Your thoughts on the change?
Well, it was a shock because naturally we were upset, having just had a performance that we lost 6-0, and we barely got back to the hotel before we found out the news. There's never a right time. It's understandable why it's happened, because it's come off the back of 2 results, and we are in a business of results. But equally, I feel a little bit for him because he performed very well in the Asian Cup when he took over, and his objective was to get Australia to the World Cup, and he did that. The people who make those decisions to keep him in charge or dismiss him, they have a responsibility too to the game in Australia, to the future of Australia, and they felt it was in their best interest and the best interest of the Socceroos to make a change. Now, nobody knows how that change is going to happen, who is going to be the guy to take over. Players can't even give you an inside track onto what's going to happen. So as a player now, we have the responsibility to do the best we can in the interim, and then grasp the new manager's concept, challenge for places, and get ourselves and fight for one of those 23 spots that take us to Brazil.
You spent some time in the A-League. Do you feel as though an Australian coach, who is basically his only experience is the A-League, is ready to now assume control of the Socceroos?
That's a very difficult thing to say, and you might never know until they try. But what I'd love to see in the future, and I'm not calling on coaches now because I have a lot of respect for anyone who becomes a coach in football, it's not about talking about making a difference. You're actually going out and trying to make a difference with practicality. I would love to see more Australian managers have ambition to go and be the best coaches in the world. Footballers for the last 20 years in Australia have gone over and challenged themselves in Australia to become the best players they can be on behalf of their country. We need coaches now to have that ambition to, yes, coach in Australia, but then go and see if they can crack the big time in Europe, just like the players did. Have they got the experience as an Australian to go to the World Cup? I don't know. Arnie's been there a few times. He's got experience. You know, he's a fantastic coach, been doing it now for a while, as is Ange, as is all the other people being touted. But there's a lot of good coaches in the world, a lot of good managers. And again, I don't have any input into team tactic, who picks the squad, who gets in the squad, who picks the manager, who gets the manager. It's not like cricket in Australia, it's not like any other sport. Australia is run by the guys at the top. They make the decisions, they put a boss in charge, that boss tells us what to do, and we go out and try and perform to our best.
So would you have a preference then for a short-term overseas type approach?
No, I just want the best guy for the job, you know, and I will do everything I can to show him that I'm worthy of a place in this team and still to be the captain of this country.
Lucas, where do you stand